So in this video, we're going to talk about notes completion in IELTS reading and true false not given. So what is a notes completion? So in the instruction says that complete the notes below and write one word only. You should pay attention for this. So you are giving notes with gaps. Your task is to fill each gap with exactly one word from the text, and don't add your own words or change the word. It must match the passage. Also, key points you should remember. If in the task says you should write one word only, you should write one word, only one word. If you're writing more than one word, it will be marked wrong. Also, you can copy exactly from the text. Also, pay attention to grammar. Also, singular, plural matters. So, also answer follows the order in the text. There is a really need to pay attention all of the words. So some words will be paraphrased in the text, you should find it, but answer never will be paraphrased or changing tense, number, unless the text allows. So it's really a small explanation about this task, about this question I was reading. So let's start. And the first thing you should find keywords starting from the starting, read the text. You should pay attention for this. So carnivorous plants. This means Darwin experiment, Drosera. So these are keywords. We should find them from the text about this experiment. So in the first statement, we see that's about Drosera. So we answer should be here. So let's start to read question. He put insects and small amounts of meat onto leaves and observed what happened. He was amazed that one human hair triggered a response. He understood why the plant did not respond to. So there is a keyword. He understood. He understood why the plant. What here's a plant didn't respond. Didn't respond to what? Also, you should answer yourself to find answer. So. What is the word what tells us the answer must be unknown, and we're looking for something the plant didn't react to. So let's start to read our text. The naturalist and author of Origin Species Charles Darwin was fascinated by carnivorous plants. In 1816, soon after he came across this carnivorous plant, the sundew, Drosera, he wrote, I care more about Drosera than the origin of all the species in the world. He spent months running experiment on the plants. He dropped flies and the bits of meat on their leaves, watched them slowly fall their sticky tentacles over the prey. He thought it incredible that brushing a leaf with a single strand of human hair was enough to bring about a response. Yet sundews, he observed, ignored raindrops. So in the text says, yet sundews observed, ignored raindrops. So the text says he observed, ignored raindrops. And didn't respond. It means ignored. Ignored. Yeah, they have like same meaning. So we also pay attention for paraphrasing. It's really important to know about it. So I'm sorry. Oh, rain ignored. Observed. And sundew, it means a plant. Yeah. So and the answer will be raindrops. To what? To raindrops. Yeah. So let's move on to the next question. Venus flytrap. So let's read the question. He demonstrated how leaves, clothes, and the sun for short period act like what? And we're gonna our next word will be noun. How just like we need to answer like what, act like what. So let's find the Venus flytrap. So in the paragraph B, it's talking about a Venus flytrap. So answer need to be in this paragraph. So let's start to read. Darwin expanded his studies from sundews to other species in his book Investor's Plant. He was amazed at the quickness power of the Venus flytrap. He showed that when one of the leaves snapped shut, it formed itself into a temporary stomach, secreting enzymes that could dissolve the prey. He noted that a leaf took more than a week to reform at the closing, and there is need that he interlocking spines along the margin of the leaf allowed the tiny insects to escape, saving the plant the expense of digesting an unsuffered meal. So our question demonstrated how leaves close and then a short time act like what. So he showed that when one of the leaves snapshot it formed himself into temporary stomach, breathing and then sort of dissolves the prey. So here is the answer is here. Now the question I asking for what leaves act like after clothing. The text literally says a temporary stomach. Yeah. Temporary stomach. The stomach is an organ that digests food. The word temporary indicates it only lasts for a short time. So it's like this word was perphrased for temporary. So we also needed to know more vocabulary. Question says use write only one word. So here's will be answer will be stomach. So answer will be stomach. Um, so why it's correct? The passage literally uses the word stomach, and the context, the leaf secrets, secrets enzymes and digest the prey, just like a stomach does in animals. Temporary matches the word for a short period in the question. Venue to biology today, venues like if insects come into contact with leaf hairs, their movements produce an electric energy. The charge enters fluid filled channels causing something, and the cell will soon open. Water moves between cells and the leaf changes from convex into concave, trapping the insect inside. So let's move on to the next paragraph C. Today in biology, using the 20th century tools to study cells and DNA, we understand how this plant hunt, eats, and digest, and now how this strange adaptation came about in the first place. Alexander Volkov, a plant psychologist at Auburn University in Alabama, believes he has figured out the Venus flytrap secret. This Volkov declares is an electric plant. When an insect emerges against a hair on the leaf of Venus flytrap, the movement sets off electric charge. The charge builds up inside the tissues of the leaf, but it's not enough to stimulate the snap, which keeps Venus flytrap from melting falls around, um, such as raindrops. And an insect harvest like big brush second hair, adding enough electric charge for the leaf to cause. A lot of experiments reveal that the electric charge travels downfield tunnel in the leaf, which opens up and pores inside membranes. Membranes. So, in this paragraph, see about Venus flytraps and modern biology. So, starting from this is about to this is about our question. The first question is related to the next question. So, when an insect brushes against the hair on the leaf, or Venus flytrap, the movement sets off electric charge. The charge built up like this. So um, understand we should understand the process being described. So it's the trigger is what starts the process. An insect touches the hair on the leaf. It's the text says when insects brush against our hair on the leaf, an electric signal. What happens next? It's this touch creates an electric charge, and there's a text. The movement sets off electric charge. The text says, and then signal travels. Where does the charge go? The text says electric charge travels down field tunnel in the left. It moves through field tunnel in the leaf and affects on cells. What happens inside the leaf? The charge makes something open in the cells. The text says which opens up in the cell membranes. So the question asks causing in the cell uh, open to, and the text says exactly pores. So answer here will be pores. So why is correct? Because the passage gives mechanism step by step, and which the question summarizes insects, electric charge channels, pores open, water moves, and leaf flips. Otherwise, channels or holes are not in the text, so it will be wrong. So, and this pores allows to mirrors move inside the outside cells. This water movement change shape, and the leaf conveys the leaf trapping the insect. So the perfect case step in the Venus flytrap hunting mechanism. So our answer will be pores. Next question. Voldemort's. So the paragraph is about Voldemort. The Voldemort. So let's read our question. Hairbands on insect swim pass resulting in an opening of a flap. Water is sucked in. When water is pumped out of the face, something builds up inside. So let's read our passage of paragraph B. The boulderwork plant has an equally sophisticated way of setting its underwater trap. It pumps water out of tiny air scads or bladder, lowering the pressure inside. When water fills on some other small creatures, swims fast, expands and higher the bladder, causing a flap to spring apart. The low pressure dunks water in, covering the creature along with it. In 1/500th of a second, the flap springs shut again. The cells in the bladder then begin to pump water out again, creating a new vacuum. So, higher bands insects swim past, resulting in opening of a flap. Causing a flap, water in, plug it in, sucks water in. when water is pumped out of water cells, or um, what? It's like when it's like pumped out, it's creating new vacuum. This would also will be vacuum. So, why is answer will I need to answer give explanation the process. So water traps prey underwater, and then boulders pumps water up, and the prey touches hair. This means like hair, and then water rushes in. Um, then boulders pumps out again and create new vacuum. And because vacuum is area of very low pressure, the boiler wort uses this vacuum to suck in water and break quickly. That's exactly what the question describes. Hair bands flows upon water, sucked in, and the vacuum fills in the trap set. So here is answer will be vacuum. Here is a five question. Pictures plants. The plants have tube-shaped leaves that insects fall into. Some plants are big enough to capture and eat what like so. Let's move on to the next paragraph. Many other species of carnivorous plants act like living flypaper, catching animals on sticky tentacles. Pitcher plants use yet another strategy, growing long tube-shaped leaves into which the insects fall. Some of the largest have pitchers up to 30 centimeter deep and can consume whole fruit frogs, unlikely enough to fall into them. So the statistical chemistry helps make the pitcher a death trap. So, this is about pitcher plants in paragraph E. Pitcher plants use yet another strategy, growing long tube-shaped leaves into insects with fall. Some of the largest have pitchers too deep can consume whole frogs, unlikely enough to fall into them. So, pitcher plants have tube-shaped leaves, and it's fall in trapped. It means like trapped, yeah. Um, So some are big enough to trap larger prey. The text specifically says they can eat frogs. Here, they can eat whole frogs. Whole frogs. So, so in the question says some plants are big enough to capture eat what frogs. It will be frogs, not about not whole frogs, because it says we need to write only one word. So let's remind it, guys. It's really important to know it. Um, so why is correct? The frogs is explicitly mentioned in text, even though these plants usually catch insects, the largest one catch frogs, which matches the question perfectly, and the other animals like bird or mines are not mentioned, so they will be wrong. So this is in end of our video. In the next video, we're gonna solve true false not given question.